Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to video lecture series for regional geography, course number 402. And we are following the book Geography, Realms, Regions and Concepts by Blij, Muller and Nijman for these lectures. Today we will talk about the Southeast Asian realm. So first of all, let's find out where Southeast Asian realm is located on the world. So here is the Southeast Asian realm, which is located right to the south of the East Asian realm, and it is the southeastern extreme of the Asian continent. That's why it is called as the Southeast Asian realm. So this realm is bordered by the mighty Pacific Ocean to the east, the East Asian realm to the north, South Asian realm to northwest, and the Austral realm to the southeast. Along with that, it also borders with the Indian Ocean. This is a realm which is composed of discontinuous land masses, as you can see in the map. It has lots of peninsulas and lots of islands, fragmented states, and a lot of water bodies. According to its location, this is a realm which is located between many realms, and it has a very good connectivity due to the water bodies penetrating all the countries and islands. So that's why in this realm there had been a lot of outside penetration. For example, traders came from India, settlers came from China. A lot of Chinese people are settled in the Southeast Asian realm. Then from across the Indian Ocean, the Arab people came for business, and the Europeans came here for colonization, and the Americans also came here. So all in all, people came from all over the world to this particular realm. So because of these outside forces which are penetrating in the realm, this realm is called as a buffer zone. Politically, this realm is also called as the shatter belt because of the political interferences from the outside. It had been colonized. A large part of this realm had been colonized by a Western nation, and then when the colonial powers ended, there even after that there had been forces from outside. This is the reason the political geography in this realm had been disturbed throughout the history. That is the reason it is called as a shatter belt. So that was a brief introduction about Southeast Asian realm, and now let's discuss some major geographic qualities of this realm. This realm has the peninsular mainland as well as archipelagos. Archipelago is defined as a country or an area which has a combination of islands. So here, as shown in this map, this is the peninsular mainland, which is connected to the Eurasian landmass, and it includes countries like Myanmar, Thailand, Laos and Vietnam, along with parts of Malaysia. Now, and apart from this peninsular mainland, we have archipelagos. This is Indonesia, and it is composed of thousands of islands as seen over here. And Philippines, it also consists of many islands, and an area which has a lot of island is termed as an archipelago. So Philippines is an archipelago, Indonesia is also an archipelago. Then this realm, as discussed a while ago, that it had been a shatter belt due to the foreign intervention from all over the world. Then the physiography of Southeast Asia is dominated by high relief, and this is a realm which is vulnerable to volcanic activity, earthquakes and tropical cyclone. And this is the realm which faced tsunami some 10 years back in the 21st century. Then this realm is heavily populated, and it has most of the population living in Indonesia and Philippines. And Indonesia is one of the top 10 populated countries of the world. Uh, the culture of Southeast Asia is highly variable. Although the people have the same ancestry, the ancestors are from same area, but it has a lot of cultural divisions. And the political geography of this realm shows diversity in terms of state morphology. So when we talk about the territorial morphology of states, so we see diversity in the Southeast Asian realm. For example, this Philippines, this is a country, but it is composed of many islands. So these kind of countries politically are called as fragmented states, states which are divided into many parts. And similarly, Indonesia is also an example of fragmented state. Another political identity, territorial diversity is in Brunei. Over here you see this country is divided into two separate parts within the mainland, within the island. So these are called as the exclave, the part of the country which lies outside its main boundary. So this is another variation of territorial morphology. Then country like Malaysia, which is half in the peninsular form and half of Malaysia is the part of an island. Next is the Mekong River. It's the largest river of Southeast Asia, and geographers compare Mekong River with the Danube River of Europe. Both the rivers supply water to many countries within the realm. So the Mekong River, it supplies water to 5 Southeast Asian countries, all the countries which are lying in the peninsular mainland. Another geographic quality of this realm is Singapore, the world city, one of the world's most developed countries. Then this is the realm which is containing a lot of emerging markets and fast growing economies like Malaysia, and then one of them is Singapore, which has already grown. And Singapore is the country which is called as the Dragon of Asia or the Tiger of Asia because of its small size and exceptionally strong economy. Then this realm has a lot of Chinese influence. Even in some parts of this realm, it looks as if somebody has come to China. So many Chinese live over there, and Chinese investments are seen everywhere in this realm. This realm has 11 independent states, and some of the famous states are Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, Philippines, Thailand, Myanmar, and some others which are not very well known among common people. This is the realm which is located at the Pacific Rim. Pacific Rim is a circular structure around the Pacific Ocean, which have their own significant features and characteristics. So Pacific Rim is the terminology of human geography, that is division according to countries and the location. But if we see in physiographic term, in physical geography, it is called as Pacific Ring of Fire because around the Pacific Ocean there is a chain of volcanoes, hotspots, and center of volcanic activities which continuously erupt, and if seen from this space it looks as if Pacific Ocean is surrounded by fireworks. So that's why it is called as the Pacific Ring of Fire. And being a part of Pacific Ring of Fire, Southeast Asia is highly prone to earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, tropical cyclones, land and landslidings, floods, and other natural hazards. So that was the introduction to Southeast Asian realm and an account of major geographic qualities. In the next video, we will continue our discussion on Southeast Asian realm. Till then, thank you very much for watching.